All right, well, we've explored some of the questions and comments that, well, get in the way of an effective coaching process. Let's explore now the 5 core questions in Continue and Begin Fast Coaching. There are only 5 questions. Let's learn them now. Question 1. What we want to do is to start discussion, is to open up debate around someone's performance. Very simply, we ask the question, how do you think that went? How did it go for you? Tell me about what just happened there. We're stimulating the discussion, but pretty quickly we want to start building up those continue tos. Do you remember from earlier, the 6 and the 3? Maybe it's a 4 and a 2. And we ask the question, so tell us, what happened there that you were pleased with? What was good? What went well? Once we've teased out 1 or 2 of those ideas, we may find that the coachee gets a little stuck, in which case we give them a nudge towards a particular behaviour or process that we know went well in that particular circumstance. And we keep asking, tell me some other things that went well. What other things do you think were really good on that occasion there? We're teasing it out of the coachee until we've built up a sufficient list that the coachee feels good. And we ask them to reflect. We summarise. We ask them to summarise. Let's just run through that again. What were all of those things that you did well there? Remind me. And we ask the coachee to self-identify that list of skill and talent which they've just delivered. And by this time, the coachee will be feeling good. The ego will be strong. They'll be beginning to believe that they really are, quite rightly, very skillful in that particular area. And it's at this point that we can celebrate that. And we can ask them to reflect on just how talented they are. Because when they're feeling good, now we can move on to the change program. We can ask them to celebrate that and then say, hey, let's just think about what you might want to do a little bit differently that would make your performance even better next time round. What do you think those things could be? These are the begin tos. And we only want 1, 2, maximum of 3 begin tos in the change plan. So we help them to self-identify. What are those things that you would like to begin to do a little differently? Now, maybe they come up with something trivial. I don't know, the name badge wasn't on straight. You know, the hair wasn't quite as smooth as they'd like. Yeah, whatever. What we want is to make sure we've only got 1, 2 or 3 begin tos. We want those small number of begin tos to be high quality, and they almost certainly will refer back to those explicit standards that we talked about earlier. We may find that we have to nudge the coachee towards something significant if they've identified trivia. Hey, let's hope that they've identified something juicy. And we finish the whole thing off by another summary. Remind me quickly, what are those things that you've done well? Let's run through them again. Okay, feeling good? Yeah, okay. And we've identified just a couple of things we might want to begin to do differently. What were they? Remind me. And the final question is this. It's the closure piece. It's the piece that gets the individual to commit. And we do that very simply by looking them in the eye and say, look, I just want to be clear. Is this something that you're going to do? Are you going to be able to do this? Are you serious about this? Is this a commitment that you're making? Those kind of questions to make sure that the individual really means the plan. Those are the 5 core questions of Continue and Begin Fast Coaching. Well, what did you think? What were you pleased with? What else went well? What else were you pleased with? What would you like to begin to do a little differently and maybe even better? Are you committed to this change plan? Those are the 5 questions.